Hello, internet world. This is the RP Ginger here. We're running another March of Annihilation game. I've actually kind of back in the reins here. It feels like I've been gone forever, although I'm pretty sure it's only been about a week, maybe a couple of days more. But I've definitely been missing it. So I've gathered some poor individuals to go on an adventure with me to a location called the Wyrmheart Mine. And our adventurers here have been actually recruited by a dwarf by the name of Hugh Hackenstone. And Mr. Hugh had a special mission for him. And we kind of see this dwarf, we're going to montage through here, through the jungle, this travel that's been taking maybe a 10-day, borderlining on another full 10-day after that. So almost two weeks in the jungle. We see this dwarf, and as the camera kind of pans in him from the canopy of the jungle, the birds and the vines and everything, the hot weather, we see that he's completely bald on the top of his head, but he has this nasty scar that is on the very tip of his head and rakes all the way down across his face, almost encompassing one of his entire eyes. And due to that big scar that he has, his right eye is a bit like swollen shut and never fully healed right, and it gives this effect that his left eye is kind of bulging almost. He has these hazel light blue eyes and this blondish unkempt beard, just kind of scraggly and all flowing freely, but in the center of this beard is a braid, and on the very tip of the braid is like a little metal, almost like mace, the tip of a mace on his beard. And he wields this big, for his size, this dwarf, he wields this big battle axe. And he's been telling you stories of how a year ago, him and his brothers, his clansmen, entered the Wyrmheart mine to reclaim their kind of ancestral home. They used to live here and help with the albino dwarfs in Hrackhammer, which is actually a nearby location. But when they were going to recover the Wyrmheart mine, they discovered that it was already moved in by another creature, and that creature goes by the name of Tinder the Red Dragon. The dragon slayed all of his remaining clan, chomped off his left arm. He now kind of points to his stubby arm and says, or stub on his left side, and says, "The damn son of a bitch bit it right off. I'd be meaning to get back at him for that." And he's just kind of with his one good arm, battle axe on his shoulder, and occasionally chopping down vines that are in the way. And it's at about almost 10 days now in the jungle for you guys that you finally are at the front of the Wyrmheart mine. And what you see are two kind of overrun shacks. And the shacks, there's these buildings that are made of like wood and thatch. And you see that there's big vines and trees actually like growing out from it. Like it's completely been swallowed by the jungle itself, these little shacks, one on the left side of this cave mouth, and then a slightly bigger one that also has like the door completely busted out as this big, thick, like root is running through the building, and a tree actually sprouts up from the center of it. And then you see this dark kind of cave mouth and this mining track and one rusty old minecart. And he says, "Aye, this be it. Y'all be ready for a fight?" Don't be getting scared on me now, laddies.
Ain't a big lizard gonna scare me now.
Yeah, take it easy, Bjorn, he says. And Mesarek starts to just make his way towards this rusty mine track where this this cart is. So, as he looks back, are you coming?
Bjorn will ask Hugh if they should worry about anything else in the mine except the dragon. Like if there were other enemies that they might encounter.
Yeah, there be other little sons of bitches, little scaly fucks, kobolds. Just as bad, only weaker. I hate all fucking lizards.
Before climbing into this this Rusty's type of like crate cargo thing that's gonna go, that hopefully goes into down these tracks. Mesrek is just trying to like just inspect. Does it seem like this these tracks are still usable? They're rusted, busted, or?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Absolutely. He gets 30, 40, 50, 60, 17.
Nice. All right. So the tracks themselves, a bit like old, obviously, but for the most part, from what you can see, obviously it goes into this this cavern, and you kind of lose the lighting. But the tracks themselves seem good, and as you expect, the cart, you notice that the wheels are all relatively good, a bit rusted. One thing that you do know is that the brakes, they seem a bit maybe worn, like they would maybe work, but under some stress, you don't think they would hold up to any kind of like stress or quick stops or anything like that.
As he starts to climb in to this into this, he looks back and says, "So, it works. Brakes are not so new, but travel this way or what?"
I'm not too hot on jumping inside that thing that will probably do a lot of noise and making our way inside the dragon's lair.
Hugh starts to burst out laughing. You crazy son of a bitch, you old man. You just mean to roll up on in there, guns blazing. I like you. I knew I was a bit worried with your old kind of raggedy bones, but I could tell that you're a crazy son of a bitch. I'm good for it. Let's go. And he gets to the back of the cart and is like, "We going?"
And Gar will look at it. "I am not getting in that death trap. I'll fly behind you."
Yeah, carry a little bit uneasy, like what the hell, and just jumps into.
This is a really bad idea. Are you actually want to do that? Mesrek was like, we're never gonna fight that dragon, and now he's like all jumping inside carts and ready for anything. What's wrong with you, old man? Are you getting senile?
Mesrek says, "So you suggest we walk through, huh?"
I think it's a better idea.
He looks towards Akira.
Yes. Yeah, stealth probably be a little bit better, but I'm good either way. Quick and fast or slow and painful.
He starts to climb out of this this cart, and he looks down towards where the tracks lead into where it's like dark, and he takes out lays down his backpack and takes out like a torch and begins to light it.
Yeah, I'm all down for hunting that lizard, but let's not mistake courage for stupidity. And on that note, Bjorn will start going along in the walking in front with Mesrek.
Hugh's kind of still there at the back of the cart, like ready to push it, but then when he sees everyone hopping out, I guess you're all right. No point in speeding on down there and dying. That wouldn't be much of a vengeance, would it? All right, we'll have it your way. Slow and quiet.
Also, you don't have many arms to spare anymore, so
My one arm's good enough. You can be sure of that.
Just before Mesrek lights up this torch, he says, this torch will be a huge beacon from a distance. He says, but obviously yourself and me, looking towards Bjorn, not able to see in the dark. Unless, of course, you're willing to go for a spell without sight for a while, Bjorn.
I indeed don't see in the dark, but if you have a trick up your sleeve, I have seen what you can do, so I'm up for possibilities. However, I'm not sure how big the cavern rooms are. Like if it's only lighting one space and like there's a lot of bends and stuff, it shouldn't be that much of a problem.
He says, a moment, you will have to trust me, he says. And he places his hand on his owl, which has been on his shoulder, this young grey owl. And he sort of strokes it for a while. And then he places his hand onto your left shoulder, like a really firm grip. And you see that his eyes sort of just like roll back for a while. And he begins to see through the eyes of through his owl. And he says, go forward, go forward.
All right, Bjorn will draw his weapon, kind of look at Mesrek, not too sure, but then shrugs off and starts walking towards the cavern, the mine.
So I'm going to use the sight of the owl.
Gotcha. That's cool. All right.
Does everybody else have dark vision?
Yeah, we got an elf and a tiefling.
Yeah.
And the dwarf has it as well?
Yeah, dwarfs have dark vision.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just you humans.
Yeah. You humans and your sunlight eyes. And you carry on 10 feet into the cave now, and you can still kind of see a bit of the light behind you. And you're faced with your first decision, as the main path of this cavern meander off to the northwest, and the track kind of gently swerves like an S shape almost, but it's meaning off to the northwest. But then as you're 10 feet in, you see this what looks like smaller cave, maybe 5 feet wide, but this smaller 5-foot like tunnel that goes northeast and has no minecart tracks on it. No tracks.
5 foot tall, like
no, like 5 foot wide. Like it just you guys would be kind of like one at a time. The ceilings themselves, this one actually would be only about like 7 feet tall.
That's pretty tight for me.
it'd be a bit of a squeeze for sure.
I'll ask Hugh if he has any clue on the decision to make.
Yeah, I guess he would, right? So he would tell you that the tracks are going to lead down in a spiral fashion along the outskirts of this massive hole in the center of this cave. That tunnel will lead to a bridge that we built that will bring us from one causeway to another.
Causeway? I'm not sure what that
or like just ledge.
Oh, okay.
And where does that other path go?
Which one? The tracks or the tunnel? The
tunnel.
The tunnel, it's going to carry along across a bridge. Should still be intact on the fact that we dwarves built it. And it will lead us across the gap of the main crevasse and basically loop us back around. Everything kind of just spans off this spiraling track. There's really not many other places to go. So we either follow the main track down or we cut across the bridge and then loop back around.
How big is the bridge?
About 5 feet wide.
And how long?
It's going to be about, I don't really remember the specifics. 60 feet, maybe?
Bjorn would suggest going the long way just because hanging close to a cliff doesn't sound that much of a good idea to him, considering there might be a dragon lurking around, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, and even as you say that, you know, you feel it's almost like an opening in your head and everyone else's head as well, reopening, as we had prepared a connection, telepathic connection in our heads, so that there's no need for speaking out loud. All our communication now, including with the dwarf, is just much clearer, just like in our heads. And Mesverick says, "Yes, to the east, northeast. We travel this way. This is good." And he sort of like just pushes your shoulder in that direction.
Very well.
Garl just kind of chuckles in the mental telepathic communication. I guess you guys are afraid of falling.
Bjorn is kind of weirded out by all this, and he kind of thinks, and anyway, that space is way too tiny. I'm not up for going in there, but it wasn't meant to, he didn't mean to say it. It just kind of thought about it, and then he realized that he showed a weakness or something, so he's like kind of coughing, and then he carries along.
All right. So to confirm, you guys are you're following the tracks northwest, not going through the tunnel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa, sorry. I thought we were going through to the left. We're going left to the tunnel. I thought, Bjorn.
Yeah. So
you want to go through the bridge?
There's like I thought to the right is the tracks where the.
No, sorry, the fork to the left or northwest. Or am I saying it backwards? No, northwest is the tracks, and northeast is the tunnel. So right is the tunnel, and the left basically fork is following the tracks.
And the tunnel leads to the bridge over the crevasse, and the left goes around the hole or some sort.
Hugh looks to you and says, "Listen, mates, this is just the first decision of the adventure here. I don't think we should make all day about it, or else we're going to be standing there twiddling our thumbs, arguing over who should attack the dragon first."
The tunnel.
All right, the tunnel it is then.
All right, tunnel, nice.
I would suggest somebody else than me go first because I have no fucking clue where I'm going.
All right,
I can't see shit.
Hugh will lead if you guys want, unless he's not stealthy. He'll tell you straight up that he is not a stealthy dwarf. Stealth is for people who need to hide. He doesn't need to hide, but if you guys are okay with that, he's just going to lead the way.
On that note, Bjorn will turn towards Akira, like not exactly sure where he is, but still like seeing his silhouette and being like, how about stealthing?
Yeah, I was just about to pull out my swords and take point.
Yeah, so let's establish a marching order right now. Let me pull up my thing so I can remember, because I actually have a thing to track marching order. As soon as I find it. Here we go. So we're going to go Akira in the front. Correct?
Yes.
All right. Who wants to be behind Akira?
Mesrek and I guess?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I'll be in front of Mesrek.
Yeah.
All right.
He's guiding me.
And then Mesrek, and I guess, do you want to take up the rear, or do you want Hugh to take up the rear, Gar?
Gar will take up the rear, and then Hugh can be right in front of me.
All right. All right. And let me just do this really quick. And then basically, give me a stealth roll, since stealth is the object here.
Everybody?
Well, how far ahead do you want to lead, Akira? Do you want to go like a 25?
Yeah, because we're speaking telepathically, right? Yeah, I can go
Yeah,
about 25 feet.
Okay, cool. So yeah, go ahead, give me a single stealth roll, and you can basically just wait for her to message back and say coast is clear. All dramatic like.
This is actually really weird because I'm like pretty much filling the space of the tunnel. So Mesrek like is on in my back, and he sees in front of me, but through his owl's eyes.
Mm-hmm. So what'd you roll, Kira?
I got 20.
Nice. All right, so you kind of nimbly crouching and making your way through. And basically, since you have dark vision and pretty good dark vision, I'm going to give you a fairly, actually, false alarm. You begin to veer rightwards, and then the tunnel kind of goes up and then swerves and takes you on this like zigzag path, the full 25 feet. And then you come out to this cliffside, and you at the first see these two old barrels. You knock on them or check them, and they're actually empty. And then you actually notice that there's a torch lit, conveniently enough, that illuminates this area in about obviously 30 feet of light. And you see that you're on this cliff in this absolutely massive or deep pit. You come up to the edge and you see this bridge in front of you, wood. It looks old, but as you press on it with your foot, it doesn't seem to creak or groan. And as you look down, all you see is the abyss of blackness. You don't know how deep it is. And as you kind of scan around, give me a perception check and we'll see how much you can tell. Since you have the light here, you actually get a pretty decent look at the room. And then if you roll good enough, I'll show you some details. And I'm just going to screen share the map to you guys for a second. I don't want you guys seeing it the whole time because I don't want this to turn into like a tactical thing, but at least give you a visualization. So
All right, I got 17 on perception.
All right. So this
Got
is
22.
basically the room that you are in right now, and the circle on the map is where you currently are, Kira. And basically, what you see with a 17 is all of this, the tracks kind of wrapping around this massive pit, the stone bridge going out to this pillar in the center, and then wrapping around it on the eastern side and carrying up as far as the eye can see. If you look to your immediate right, there's a bit of like a 15-foot drop, and then the tracks are actually like spiraling downwards. So this is kind of like a spiral of tracks carrying down to presumably the bottom of wherever this pit goes. So there's actually like a 15-foot drop, but then you can drop down to the next level and carry on underneath. And with a 17, you do hear the faint sound of like a waterfall. Or running water, I should say. You don't see any presence, though, with a 17. And you don't really hear anything either, besides the water.
Okay, and the bridge just cuts straight across.
Yep.
All right, I tell the other guys what I see, ask if they want to take the 15-foot drop down or just cut across the bridge.
Mizrek asks Hugh where his comrades were cut down.
Yeah, so he actually says, I don't really like talking about it, thinking about it, but I guess for the exercise, I should be upfront about it. And basically, I'm just going to show you on the map, but you'll say that up here, they were checking out their old forge, seeing if anything's still laid intact. And we heard something behind us when we were inside. Went to inspect it, and we were met with a wall of flame. Most of my brothers died there. A couple of us managed to survive. Creature was waiting. Bit off my arm first. Knocked me unconscious by raking down, giving me this nasty scar.
How big was that room? I was like waiting in the like the big area.
Yeah, he's saying he like they caught us in the big area.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, they went back out.
Okay.
All right, and the forge is attainable across the bridge, or
Yeah, so I don't really know how to like word describe it. So basically, he'll show you all this. So let me zoom out a bit, and this is basically what he explains the first level, and he'll say that there's 3 levels to the mine. He doesn't necessarily know what's in the rooms anymore, but he'll describe to you that this is a forge in the northwest. This is kind of a ledge that wraps around into like an old just cave, basically like a shortcut, and then it'll carry downwards, and obviously there's like more kind of rooms that they would stay in and whatnot until the very bottom. There is a waterfall that runs through, and there's actually, he'll tell you that there's actually a track. The track actually carries fully down to the 3rd floor, and then the track goes through a waterfall, and eventually that track leads all the way to Rackhammer. And these dwarves used to change or trade and work together with the albino dwarves of Rackhammer. He says it's a long journey. It's about a 2-day journey on track in the carts, but it does eventually lead to Rackhammer.
Bjorn would suggest going out to the forge and checking in, seeing what's left, if there's anything salvageable, or like even for Hugh to like see his comrades, I guess. What's left of them.
He's like, no offense, but I would like not really interested in seeing burned ashes. I prefer to remember my brethren as the strong warriors that they were.
And that's fine. You can keep guard outside while we search around, see if there's anything useful.
All right. So you guys want to carry across the bridge and then basically drop down and loop up into the forge?
Yeah, that's Mesrek says I'm okay with that. My other thought was how we get down. And how we get down when we decide to. I suggest we would not necessarily go down together, but from different ways. For instance, I could go back to the cart and go through with the cart as others drop down another way, perhaps simultaneously.
I would advise against splitting up. If we find any dangerous foes on the way, it'd be better if we're together, but there's some merit to splitting up as well.
Yeah, Kara would advise against the cart too, because since it goes right into the city, right into the place, it might alert somebody, or don't know what dangers is ahead.
Mesrek nods. So we go across the bridge?
Across the bridge it is.
Okay. Start heading that way.
All right, are you guys stealthing or are you just making your way across?
Definitely stealthing.
All right, group stealth roll then. I'll throw in one for Hugh too. The stealthiest of dwarfs. Not bad, actually.
I got 21.
All right, 17. Yeah, you guys are pretty quiet as long as guard doesn't bomb it. Nice. So yeah, you make your way across the bridge, and indeed it is old and a bit rickety, but maybe only the faintest of creaks is kind of heard from Mesrak's dragging steps, I guess. But for the most part, you guys shush him. And as you make your way across the bend, you realize that there's another torch conveniently lit across, and what you see are 2 lizard-like bipedal creatures that we all would recognize in the world that you guys are in as kobolds. And these kobolds are currently going between each other. And let me roll something here. And they actually have this little like fire pit in the center of them, and they seem to be boiling something, and they're poking it with sticks, and you see that it's kind of boiling over, and it's this green, like almost bubbly substance that's spewing over the top of the kettle, and they seem to be like poking it and just giggling at it amongst themselves. Does anyone speak Draconic? You do, Mesrek?
Yes, Mesrit does.
Perfect. All right. You would hear one of them say that. Let me just read here. Ba-ba-bum.
And in his mind, he's going to relay this in common to everybody else.
All right. You basically hear what they're saying, that they really want to like throw this on something to see what it does. They think that they really made something cool here. And the one's like, let me throw it on you. And the one's like, no, let me throw it on you. And they're just kind of going back and forth, laughing to each other. It seems like they've created this bubbly substance, and they're wanting to do some experiments.
Okay. So he relays that back and says, we will have to deal with these. They quietly, if that is possible.
How far are we?
From them, you are about, I'll say, when you notice them, probably about 30 feet. They don't notice you yet.
I'd suggest, if we don't see any other Akira and I, going in front and striking one each, trying to kill them before they alert anything else. Anybody else?
Yeah, if I do a quick dash and then they jump on my ring of jump, would I make it to them to like do like a little surprise attack?
They're like 30 feet away, so you should get there.
And Mesrit would ready a spell to cast just by the time you guys reach him, just to set it off at that point. And he says, "Be careful of this green concoction they are stirring."
Gar will also ready a cantrip of his for when everything goes down.
Perfect. So who wants to lead this attack here?
Akira's in front, I guess.
All right. So let me just roll a perception check versus your. Actually, yeah. Let's roll a stealth to see if you can get in close enough, because you will have to cover the distance, and it'll be contested by their passive actually, because they're not actively looking. So since Bjorn and Akira are rushing them, you guys make a quick stealth roll. Let me know what you got.
Well, I rolled 7.
You rolled 7.
Oh, wait,
Beautiful.
8.
8.
Well, I got a 21.
Perfect. So give me a second here. Desperately trying to find something and not having any luck. That's not what I want. So, Akira, you went first. You're able to get upon them and attack. Go ahead and do so.
Alright, do I get a sneak attack since I wasn't paying attention, or is it just a regular attack?
Yeah, you can have sneak attack.
And that's 3d6 plus whatever damage, right?
Sounds about right.
Alright.
Hey, I found what I was looking for.
One. 6, 13, 23, 26 points damage.
26 points of damage. Jesus. Describe what it looks like as you just take out one of these guys with no problem whatsoever.
I'll describe what it looks like.
Yeah, what do you do?
Well, as I'm sneaking closer, I realize that his belly is open. I figure probably the softest part be going for his neck. So as I catch you not paying attention, I'll just rush as quick as I can and just jab my sword clean through his neck where it comes out the tip of his head.
Absolutely.
No sound to be made.
And I thought you said 7, Bjorn, but you said 17, so that's a lot better, right? Or did you say 7?
I did say 7, but Akira has 2 attacks, no?
Do you have 2 attacks?
Yeah, I do have a second one.
You could take out the other one before I alert them.
Yeah, go for it. Actually, at that point, they would probably like see you coming in, but go ahead and roll at it.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, we'll give it to you. Actually, we'll say that you can do 2 quick stabs, maybe.
All right, I have to roll to hit him, or
Say again. Sorry.
I said, do I have to roll to hit him, or just
Yeah,
take
roll
the
a hit him.
damage?
Yeah, roll a hit him for sure.
All right. Not so good. 13.
13 is actually going to hit this guy too.
Shit. All right. Let's see.
Kobolds aren't the
By
toughest.
6. Yeah, it only does 3 points of damage.
3 points. All right, that is not enough to take that guy out. As you swiftly, quietly, like an assassin, stab into the fleshy part of the first kobold's neck. Lifelessness just comes to his eyes instantly as he stares at his comrade. The other one just goes to like yell out, start speaking to Chronic, "What the hell is going on?" And you lunge at him. He backs up and you kind of slash across his stomach. He squeals out in pain and sees Bjorn just boof, 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 running up to him. He squeals and screams, at which point he will grab the pot basically and just smash it towards you, and he's going to try to hit you with it, Bjorn. And he will throw it and roll a unnatural 20. So obviously that's going to hit. And let's see how this works now that I actually found it. Interesting. All right, so you take only 2 points of acid damage as this slime just sticks onto your chest. And at first it doesn't really feel like it's going to hurt, but then you, as it's sitting there for a bit, you see that it's still bubbling and you hear skin begin to fizzle. And then you feel it. It's starting to acid burn into your chest. You yell out in pain. Go ahead and attack this thing.
Um,
And then everybody else can do their ready to action.
23.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
That's yeah, okay. 25.
25 damage.
Yes.
Yeah, that's gonna finish him off real good.
So I'll just like jump up to him and slash him in half.
All right, you do so. He chops down in half, and just kind of hear this like sickening cut through of his body. 2 slabs of meat fall to each side. And then yeah, as you begin your next turn, you take 6 points of acid damage. As you look down and you go to like brush it off, you realize that the slime is stuck to you.
I'll try and pick up something on the ground that I can like wipe it off with, like maybe a cloth or like the kobold, whatever.
Yeah, you're gonna wipe it off with the kobold.
Whatever's
All right, I like that. I like that. All right, go for it. And what the hell do you roll to do that? I'm gonna say just roll a straight like athletics check to pull it off. Just.
Oh Jesus, that's fine. I can roll bad now. I got 11.
Yeah, 11. You're like vigorously scraping it with the dead body of the kobold, and you're just like basically his like spiky scales are kind of stabbing into your chest, and it's actually making matters worse. What's everybody else doing?
Gar was getting ready to Eldritch Blast these 2 kobolds, and seeing that Akira and Bjorn had taken care of them, and Bjorn now just trying to get rid of the acid on his chest, he'll dig into his bag and he'll pull out several just strips of cloth, almost towel size, and he'll throw them over to Bjorn and it's like, "Here, try and use this." it might work better than a kobold.
Perfect. What about you, Mesriak? Are you doing anything as you see this this strange ritual that Bjorn the Barbarian is taking part in?
Yeah, so Mesrek also was just had folded his stuff into an ice bow, but just dissipates that. And listen, hearing this scream out from this creature, the first thing he does is he casts his mage armor, which just his armor appears around him and just dissipates, and then he moves his the rest of his movement over to where Bjorn is furiously trying to get rid of this acid. That is it.
Anything else, sorry?
Other than that, he's listening out to see if any reaction to the sounds of what we're doing.
Give me a perception check.
It's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
20. You faintly hear some ruckus from the stairs in front of you. Sharing the map again, I guess. You the stairs to the northward that wrap down. You hear some definitely some noise from there. You don't know if it's a reactionary noise or if it's just kind of like some kind of commotion going on in the next room. But you definitely hear something. Bjorn, at the start of this turn now, you take 13 acid damage, as now that it's starting to burn underneath the initial skin, it's really starting to get in there, and now it fucking hurts really bad.
13?
13, yes.
Man, that, like, you can see his face grimacing in pain, and he's like, what the fuck is this? This is fucking burning, and I'm not liking how this is going.
So yeah, you can try to athletics pull it off, or if you have a better idea, you have some cloth now.
Rolled a natural 1.
Holy fuck! You like smear it around, and now it's burning onto your arm. You actually you're sweating profusely. You go to dab your face, and then now there's like acid on your face a bit. You kind of smack it off.
Man, I look so fucking retarded.
It's not going good for you. Does anybody want to try to help Pure Bjorn pull off this damn acid slime?
Absolutely. Yeah, we try to. There must be like some more of these I don't know, ladle type things that are hanging around on the side of the wall. Mesrick just takes one of these things and starts to, as best as possible, scrape.
Scrape my skin off? Is that what you're trying?
Yeah, literally, if that's what you're doing, you actually are it's actually burned in a layer, almost like a indent in his chest now, where the skin is now melting away, and you see raw flesh, and you want to go ahead and start to scrape at that.
There's a log.
That's a bad idea. I can't help you, man.
There's some that Gar.
I got a flask of oil. Kind of try to pour some of that to see if it'll help counteract some of the symptoms he going to, and try to pull it off for him.
Bjorn, do you want Kira to pour oil on your chest?
No, I don't want that, man. I don't want to get killed by the fucking acid of the kobolds. Can I pick up the cloth and try to wipe it off with that?
Yeah, but if it gets to your turn again, it's going to be more acid damage. So Gar, do you want to do anything in particular?
Jesus Christ.
Gar will see that Bjorn is struggling with the cloth that he's thrown to Bjorn, and so he'll walk over and grab some of them and just start trying to just scrape it off of his armor and his chest. And it's like, come on, man, you know how to do this.
All right, athletics check.
All right, athletics. 14.
14 is enough to very painfully, Bjorn, now you have a really nasty chest scar to match your nasty back scars.
God damn it.
But,
and leg.
Yeah, and your legs. Yeah, you're messed up. You're a nasty looking individual. But you get it off you nonetheless.
Well, you can see that Bjorn is like sweating profusely, and he's just like confused at how bad this got, and he's like angrily looking at the sliced in half body of the kobold, and he's just gonna try and wipe off whatever's rest and like try to breathe in to kind of ease off the pain that he's still feeling.
Yeah. He kind of now catching up to you guys because he was in the back a bit, just like, that looks like some nasty fucking substance you got on you there.
Yeah, Meseret gives you a potion of healing, as he says to the rest of the group mentally.
I believe they've heard us. There are sounds in this direction.
Points in the direction of where the sound has come.
Bjorn will refuse the healing potion. He's like, it's fine, but I'm definitely up to go and ease some of that pain with those kobolds. So if nobody else has a better idea, he'll pick up his glaive and head down the stairs.
Is there more of the acidic type of stuff that's not being thrown? Is it all been sport, or is any of this still remaining?
Yeah, there's definitely a bit of the green acid slime left if you want to try to harvest it.
If it's possible.
Do you have anything to put it in?
Yeah, well, first he looks around to the rest of this room to see if there's any other things that are made of the similar substance as the cauldron that would not burn it through.
No, it literally looks like they just like dragged the cauldron from somewhere and then just set it up over top of this like makeshift little fire pit that they built.
Okay, is it quite heavy, this cauldron?
No.
Right.
Maybe about like 10 pounds.
Okay, he makes note of it to come back to it possibly. Okay, and he follows you.
Guys carrying on downstairs. All right, you guys gonna do so stealthily? Roll your stealth if you want to.
I think Bjorn is just gonna run down and he wants to get some blood. He's fucking pissed off at that kobold. He's
All
like,
right,
I'm gonna kill off your friend, dude. I'm just gonna slice them. Slice them up.
He was like, "See, I told you I fucking hate these lizards." Bjorn just... All right, so you guys are stealthing. So you guys
I rolled. Sorry, Mom.
You guys go and start to sneak your way around, and suddenly, poof! You hear something, or you feel something bash your shoulders, and Bjorn just takes off down the stairs, running with his weapon, his glaive. I think he said, right?
Yeah.
And then you come down the stairs, and there's a kobold just about to start like walking up the stairs, and you look into this room, and you see that there are 7 of these kobolds, these reptilian humanoids that are guarding the room and getting ready to like sneak upstairs. And then you see in the corner of it is a big like pocket of brown eggs of about the size of an orange. And as you meet this one kobold face to face on the stairs, his eyes kind of go wide, and you can attack first.
Would there be a way for me to push him onto his friends?
Perhaps. Actually, I kind of misspoke there. We should all roll initiative since you didn't sneak. There was definitely no sneak. So everyone roll initiative. That is the more appropriate way to handle this. All right, 10 for Mesrak. You guys want to just yell it out? I'm actually tabbed out from the chat.
I got 20.
20 on Bjorn.
21 for Gar.
21. Akira.
Mm, 25.
25. Nice. You guys are initiative bosses. So everyone but Mezerak's going to get to act before the kobolds. So Akira, then Gar, then Bjorn. Go ahead. Akira, what do you want to do first? As you hear the screams of Draconic I don't know if you speak it, but you obviously hear that the kobolds have been alerted, and it kind of echoes up the stairs, and you hear Bjorn give out like a battle cry, like he's ready to start taking some names.
I just run down the steps and meet Bjorn. See where we're at.
All right, yeah, you see a whole bunch of kobolds standing around in this cavern. I guess I can screen share the room now that they're all in. And they all are looking like they're not too pleased with your presence here. They're all starting to draw their weapons. You see some of them pulling out daggers and slings. Definitely not well armed. It's basically like kobolds everywhere.
Guessing since I ain't got to move too far, do I still got to attack, or is that the
Nope, you could have, the steps were only 20 feet, so you have some moving room, although the kobolds have started to pile near the stairs, so you need to definitely push through them to get past. So you actually need to squeeze by Bjorn, and I'll say that if you want to, you can squeeze by him and attack one.
Is there enough room to jump over him?
Yep, definitely.
All right, well, I'll jump over and attack whoever I land on top, I guess.
All right, Bjorn, you hear someone running behind you and yell duck, so you just kind of instinctively duck down. You feel the presence of Kira hop over, daggers out, or I'm assuming it's daggers, but
Short swords.
Short swords. What'd you roll?
I got 19.
19 is definitely a hit on the first one. It lets out like a squeal as you land in front of it. You kind of spin around with your short sword, finding purchase. What do you do for damage?
I'll just do 8 points.
8 points is enough to kill one. Just instantly drop it. Slice its throat. You have another attack?
I got 7. I just got 17 on that one.
That's a hit also.
All right. 5 points damage.
5 points of damage is enough to take out the second one. You kind of spin around again and stab towards your back, right into the gut of them, dropping 2 instantly. Gar, or I guess Akira, do you have any bonus action or anything you want to do?
Nope.
Okay, Gar, you hear the commotion down the stairs. What do you do?
Gar's gonna pretty much just almost fly. I mean, essentially fly down the stairs, and then see that Akira has taken out several of these, and he's going to stop at the first one and make a. He's going to attack it pretty much straight over the head with his quarterstaff.
All right. So in this case, I'm actually going to need, because it's getting really crowded now with you all kind of crowding there, I'm going to need either a probably a dexterity check, acrobatics check, to see if you can like agilely make your, that's not a word, but make your way through the mess of like people here now, as like this is dwarven size hallways that we're working with.
Okay. So acrobatics?
Yep.
Yeah, it's one of his best skills.
Yeah, I figured.
23.
Yeah, 23. You make your way through, kind of ducking, weaving, dodging, and jumping. You land in front of Kira now, opening up to the room a bit, and you find 2 little kobolds looking like they're on deciding whether they should run or fight.
All right. He's going to go ahead and bring his quarterstaff down on that first one.
All right, give him a crack.
That's a lot. At least 25.
Yeah, that's just you crush his skull like a pumpkin.
All right. So 10 damage with the first attack.
Oh, I thought you did 25 damage. Yeah,
25 attack.
10 damage kills one of them.
Okay. And he'll turn to the next one and attack it.
All right, spinning around, kind of doing like one of those twists with your staff.
Yeah. That is a 18.
Also a hit.
Wow. Okay, that's a lot. 15 damage.
All right, another one down just quickly. The 2 of you making short work of these little kobolds.
Are there any others left?
Yeah, there's still 4 left.
Okay. He's going to use the rest of his move to get to the next one, and he's going to use his bonus action to make an extra attack.
Go for it.
This is unarmed strike. 18.
18 is a hit.
And that is 9 damage.
Kill another one.
All right.
Is that it?
That's it. That's all Gar's got.
All right, Bjorn, you're now up. You just like getting ready to fight, and then your friends kind of start running in behind you, already making short work of the kobolds. There's only 3 left now. Who are you gonna take your rage out on?
Yeah, so I'll just like shout, leave some for me, and then attack the one that's closest to me.
All right,
So that'll be 28 to hit.
definitely a hit.
12 damage.
Killed, chopped his head right off.
And then the next one, 29 to hit.
No, that's gonna miss.
What? That one's badass.
Not today, bitch.
So that's 16 damage.
Also a kill.
And then the last one, same. That's 10 damage.
Also a kill. So yeah, Hugh and Mezerak, you guys like make your way downstairs, getting ready for a fight. Finally, kind of like cracking your knuckles, like, all right, time to sling some spells. You come around the corner, and you just see like Bjorn, Akira, and Gar all just like making like spaghetti out of kobolds. Bjorn's just like smashing one into the ground repeatedly. Akira's like sliced the necks of some, and the other ones have their heads crushed in by the quarterstaffs. Just 7 kobolds laid dead before you can even make your way down the stairs.
Yeah.
As you look around the room, you see, obviously, as the map says, that the back down southwards is another tunnel, and in the southeast corner is where there are a bunch of kobold eggs. 30 of them, actually.
30. So before making his way over into that corner, he stops and he sort of says shh, like telepathically to everybody, and he just listens. He just using a spot check for any sort of sound that's outside of this room specifically. But I'm also again. There's 8.
8?
So I get 9.
9? Yeah, you're not hearing much. The sound of the waterfall faintly, I guess, and like the kind of breeze that comes up from the cave, howling a bit.
Hearing Mezerak like kind of getting there and like telling them to stop moving, and just like seeing him trying to hear if there's other dangers. Can I roll as well a perception, like, since I would
Sure.
try and be
Anyone
aware
that wants
of
to roll a perception can roll a perception.
happening. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, I'm just like breathing really hard and like being in the rush of battle and like kind of still prodding at the kobolds. I'm not really being able to pay attention to whatever else, and I just hear like the little squishy sound from the blood it makes when I like kind of continue stabbing it.
Yeah.
And that's my natural 1.
Guys, I hear some loud breathing. Oh wait, that's just me.
Basically.
All right, so yeah, you guys aren't really hearing much. Perception 17. Gar, from what you can tell, also can confirm that it doesn't really sound like there's much outside noise from the pit area.
I will turn around towards there's no way I know these are kobold eggs, so I'll be like, what the fuck is that? Are these dragon eggs?
Yeah. Mezerak steps over the bloody bodies of these kobolds that we basically slaughtered, makes his way over and inspects not only the eggs, but if there's anything else around where these eggs are.
Give an investigation check.
It's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
15. You're pretty confident that this room, whatever it used to be, all like it literally just looks like a natural cave now. So all you really see is the 30 eggs, and as you kind of go through them, there's just like bit of moss on them. Doesn't really seem like anything in particular. You touch them, they're warm to the touch. As Bjorn kind of yells out, "What the hell are these?" Hugh would say, "Well, Looks like you all killed their parents, so we might as well boil them up and eat them.
What?
Good eats, if you ask me. Kobold eggs, a delicacy in Chult here.
Mesrick shakes his head as he goes towards the other entrance exit.
Is there? Sorry, say again.
He just sort of shakes his head as he leaves the eggs and makes his way stealthily towards the other exit. We came in one way, just going towards where the tracks are.
Okay, yeah. So you're gonna head down southward.
Yeah.
All right.
Gar will look over at Hugh and be like, I'll take mine scrambled. Thanks.
All right.
Unless you guys want to do that now, I would suggest crushing them so they don't become enemies sooner than we think.
I don't think a baby kobold is anything that we got to worry about. The adult ones can't even defend themselves against us. But I will be taking some of these, and I promise you guys that if we make it out alive, I'll make you some of the finest scrambled kobold you've ever had.
Very well. I'll follow Mesrick.
He starts to pocket them.
Omelets sound good to me.
Now you're getting picky. I only got one arm. So Mesrick, are you leading now? Or did you just kind of go that way to get the group moving? You muted, my friend.
Yeah, he goes that way until he can hopefully see out. So just like 5 feet before, like, going out, and he just again he would stop and just listen.
Yeah, you're not really. Are you doing perception check?
Yeah, he got like a 3.
Yeah. You swear for a second that you hear like the guttural breath of like a large serpentine creature, but then you realize that it's just Bjorn heavy breathing behind you.
Absolutely. So he stops within like 5 feet of the thing. He just stops there. That's it.
All right. He would say that he doesn't remember this being here. Looks like something that the kobolds dug themselves.
So I'm guessing we're not going the right direction. Oh, we lost somebody.
Yeah, he'll come back. All we gotta do is get down, mates. I don't know why I became Australian all of a sudden.
All right. Well, I'll sit in front of Mesrick and lead the way.
All right. So go ahead.
Oh, I got 19 on perception.
19 on perception. All right. You 19 on perception. Akira, you see that there's a tripwire that Bjorn is just about to walk into.
All right, I hurry up, put my arm out, like, hey,
Hold on. Yeah, you point down. And there's definitely a tripwire. And what this tripwire connects to is a spring-loaded wooden contraption that resembles a claw that looks like it's ready to swing out at any second.
At least it's not.
All right. Well, would I have to roll to disable it? So no rogues can disable traps.
Do you have tools? Thieves tools?
What kind of tools?
Thieves tools?
Thieves tools? Yeah, I got thieves tools.
Yeah, okay. You can make a sleight of hand check with them and see if you can disable.
All right. Sleight of hand 6, so hopefully. Another 6 makes 12.
12? 12 is just enough for you and Bjorn to make a dexterity saving throw.
God damn it.
5 plus. I got 15.
15.
I got 14.
14. You both save, only taking 5 damage as woof, the spike trap swings out and slams into the wall. You guys just narrowly dodging, kind of get thudded in the back of the head. And then you hear the sound of stone beginning to grind against stone.
What the fuck?
And then basically, Bjorn, as you see it, because it's now dark, blackness just falls in front of you, cutting off you from Mezerak. Akira, you see a large stone boulder fall down and begin to come towards you guys. It'll be another dexterity saving throw to basically run down the tunnel and get out of the way of this boulder. Or if you guys want to do something else, obviously that's an option too.
So it fell behind me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I got an natural 20, so I'm guessing the first one down the steps.
Yeah, you're bolting out.
So since it's dark, would that affect my capability of running away?
It'd probably be. Well, it wouldn't affect your. I don't think it would affect your dexterity saving throw. Actually, it might be a disadvantage for sure. Let's say that disadvantage. That makes sense because you're like in complete blackness.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I would try to do that anyway.
Yeah.
Well, that's a 14.
14 is a save. So you guys both only take half damage. Let me just make sure, actually. You might not take any damage. Nope. You guys are good. You don't take any damage. You both run out of the way. You kind of just like hear the sounds of Akira's footsteps running out of the way. And then as you come out to the opening, you're literally about to like completely run. And Akira, you see him come out and he's on the ledge and he doesn't know where he is. So he's about to full on run off the side of the ledge. Give me a dex check here to grab onto him.
I got 17.
17. You grab onto his arms and just kind of swing him. And momentarily, Bjorn, you feel like weightlessness underneath your 1 foot as you're like about to step down. And then she just swings your momentum and you kind of like get spun in a half circle, precariously leaning over the ledge without even knowing it, and then thrown into the side of the wall as you obviously kind of like don't really know your footing in this complete blackness. And then Mezerak, you watch as this big boulder falls down and then begins to roll, fall onto the tracks, and then begin to quickly start rolling its way down the tracks. The sound of stone and metal kind of grinding off each other. It's basically on the tracks by the time you and Gar have a time to think about it. What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, Mesrick just says, forget stealth. Everyone knows we are here. And he makes his way out, checks that his 2 comrades are fine, and says, so do we check out the other entranceway on this level, or do we begin to descend?
So am I seeing something now?
Where you are? No. It's still pitch black.
Okay, so Bjorn will be like, well, stealth is out of the way, and I'm tired as fuck to not see a thing, so I'm lighting a torch. So he's going to do that, and at the same time, once it's lit, he's going to pull out a potion and chug it as well.
All right.
Akira got a natural 20 on perception check to see what was around us.
Nice. All right, Gar, what are you doing?
I imagine Gar he's kind of up in the air a little bit. He probably saw the boulder coming down and immediately took to the air to make sure he was out of its way. And as he made his way out of the tunnel, Bjorn lights his torch and it immediately flashes in Gar's dark vision. And it takes him a minute to readjust himself, and then he goes in and he's like, I guess we're going down, right, guys?
Yeah, you guys are kind of watching this giant stone boulder now roll its way down. It's just kind of like a marble on a track, just slams into one of the carts down in the eastern, and then kind of continues on rolling and rolling and rolling, and you just hear it rolling, and then you hear like the sound of like another spring-loaded slamming, and then rolling, 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 rolling.
Not
And
another one.
it goes on for a while, but then after a while, it just kind of like you actually hear a splash. Whoever rolled a 17 perception check.
This is definitely a Lord of the Rings scene happening right now.
It says that our entrance into this mine could not have been worse.
Guys, I think we make a pretty good alarm clock, if you ask me.
Chris, quick question. I know you have a rule about potion. I'm just wondering how it works.
So basically, if you drink more potions than your con modifier, you have to start doing saves to see if you get stunned for a turn.
In like what time lapse?
In a day.
In a day. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can only drink 2 potions. So for instance, I've got 14 con, so +2. I can drink 2 potions a day.
Yeah. Well, you can drink more, but you just con save.
Yeah, absolutely. Got it.
All right.
Yeah. Mesvek heads back up to where this in the dark to where this cauldron was. He sort of hobbles up with his staff. He relays to everybody what he's going to do, and he takes the cauldron and sort of like drags it along with him. Tries to pick it up if he can, actually, with his staff and his with the remaining liquid that was inside her. And then he says,
What is the best way to go down? Do you think? He says,
as he's about maybe like 10 feet away from the rest of the group, I guess.
Well, if we follow the boulder, we're sure we're not going to spring any more traps. So that's good, I think. But
so then we would use the carts. Another way you were thinking?
you? Any idea?
I don't think it really matters what we do at this point. If Tinder's here, she knows that we're here too.
All right. On that note, I'll start forward in front of the group with my nicely lit torch.
Yeah, he'd probably say that if we want any element of surprise, we better hurry up. And you begin to run down the tracks as a group, and your decision now, if you're looking at the map, is you can basically continue down the tracks, following the boulder, like I'm assuming you guys are going to do, or you can veer off to the southeast and follow these stairs that seem to lead down to.
So we probably take the stairs. We'll continue taking the track. They're definitely going to be expecting us at the bottom.
Maybe the stairs is a better idea if there's a dragon. Like there's a big ass open pit running around. So
Yes, the stairs will be.
As we're not making our way.
I'll ask Akira to step in front of me to try and get the traps before I step on them, because I'm not going to see them. I'm just going to walk through them.
I'm assuming we're doing the same marching order, which is like Akira, Bjorn, Mesvek, Hugh, and Gar, I guess. Or not?
I would.
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, so you run down the stairs, and you see that a fire is smoldering in the middle of a pit of this chamber, and you see what looks like lizards, bats, and quippers, these little fish slowly roasting on sticks propped around it, and standing ready is 3 kobolds with weapons and 2 like children looking kobolds that look afraid for their life, and they're like getting ready to run. And as you go to the next map, let me just bring them out here. Basically, you see kobold standing around the fire, and and also in this room is a bunch of like crates and cages and all kinds of random shit that the kobolds must have amassed in their time. And obviously, being alerted, they are up to your shenanigans and ready. So we'll just keep the initiative for now. And Akira, you guys want to reroll initiative? You guys have pretty good initiative. We can just keep it.
Yeah.
Akira, you go first.
All right. So by the time they see us, I'll see them before they can react. I'll try to attack.
Yep.
All right. So for the first one, I got 19.
Yep. Anything over a 12 is going to hit the kobolds.
Okay. 13 points of damage.
You run down the stairs, pulling out your short sword, dash in, kill one.
All right, for my second swing, I got natural 20.
Oh shit! Double dice.
And that does 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. The other one, as you're chopping down the one in the middle, goes to retaliate, but you're so quick that you just jab right into his jawline and instantly drop him to the ground. I'm assuming that's it for you.
Yep, that is my turn.
All right. Next up is Gar.
So who's left in this chamber now?
2 adult kobolds, or 1 adult kobold and 2 children kobolds.
All right. Gar will go ahead and make for the other adult kobold.
All right.
Slaughter the children's.
Can't leave orphans. Got to kill the whole family. Yeah. You said 12 hits.
Yep.
Yeah. So I rolled 13. So
That's gonna hit.
That's gonna hurt. 12 damage.
Yep, that kills the last adult as 2 small infant eyes just watering watch their parents slayed viciously by these murderous individuals.
Chris, you can't say it like that.
Yeah, so we can't just like throw them in a cage and leave them.
And as the 2 children back into the corner, they begin to push themselves up in fear.
Gar, kind of from his lunging, flying attack position, will land and just kind of turn and stare at them. And that's the end of his turn.
All right, Bjorn, you're now up.
For real.
As you come down the stairs, Bjorn, ready for a fight, you see that the fight seems to be over, and Gar has his wings like completely spread out in a completely menacing looking manner, and is just glowering at 2 small children kobolds. Their scales barely developed, just back down into a corner.
I can't believe you let me be the child murderer. You're a bastard.
Hey, you're choosing to do this.
Yeah, well, Bjorn is just gonna see like a pair of lizards that are like surprised. So he assumed he's just gonna kill them, man. Fuck that. Kobolds are kobolds, whatever their age. So that's, 24 and like at least 6 damage.
Yeah, no, they have 1 HP, so if you hit them,
yeah. So okay, I kill both.
All right, mercilessly. The questionable. What's the word I'm thinking of? I completely blanked. Oh my god, I can't even think of the word.
Yeah,
the questionable aligned Bjorn comes in and without hesitation ends the 2 small infant kobolds. Hugh comes down the stairs and is like, don't be feeling bad about it. They're all evil sons of bitches the day that they're born.
There you go. I'm gonna have a look around in the crates and stuff if there's anything useful.
All right. What's everybody else doing?
Yeah, Mesrek is that's a tough one, man. That was sorry. Yeah. I understand the dilemma and all that business, but Mesrek's like,
Gar just kind of folds his wings around him and is like, well, I figured I'd leave somebody for Bjorn to kill.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Kira rolled 21 of perception to look around
All right.
the little place we're at.
Akira, you hear the sounds of wings flapping, but
Oh man.
not big wings. Sorry, it's more like fluttering, like. As everyone's looting the room, the kobolds obviously they have like small coppers on them. I'll say that in total you find 5 silver's worth of copper. So what is that, like 50 copper? I guess that's quite a bit. And other than like just complete junk, like you really don't even know why a kobold would find any of this useful, you find a statue against the wall, and it's basically made of bits of metal and glass and wood. Clearly you can tell by the janky design that it's kobold in nature, but you would guess as you're looking at this statue that with all the shit just crammed into it, like the metals, there is like a couple pieces of cheap gold, that you could probably get 10 gold worth of scraps for this kobold statue.
Okay.
Mesrek, you can see Mesrek's a little shaken by this dilemma. He says he wants none of this stuff that's in here for sure, and he says mentally to everyone,
Next time we come across children, infants, let me deal with them, okay?
and he makes his way to the track, and he wants to listen out. Again, that's what he's going to be doing all the time if we come to rooms of this kind of fashion.
Yep, give a perception.
Ah, jeez, he gets like 4.
4. I guess Mesrak's hearing is one of the first senses that are going. You just listen out and what? No, you don't hear anything.
If nobody else wants to take that statue, Gar will kind of quickly take it and shove it into his bag.
Oh, I mean, I would have picked it up. I killed the infant. That statue's mine.
You want the statue? All right, here you go, Bjorn.
I mean, we'll just split it at the end.
Murder hobos. All right, so what are you guys doing? You loot the statue. It looks like basically it looks like you can barely tell because it's so shittily crafted, but they were trying to like make a symbol of a dragon or something out of like scrap pieces of metal and glass. You pocket it, mark down that it's worth 10 gold if you sell it. And basically, if you're looking at the map, you have 2 choices. You can go westward through another tunnel. Obviously, this area is all lit up by torches now, or you can continue back out. And as you look, Mesrak, as you kind of step out of the room towards the tracks again, you would see that the first contraption, the first boom that you heard was another trap has been sprung, and there was another one of those spike wooden traps. And this one swung out and was obviously set to hit anything that was walking down the tracks, spread. And then as you have dark vision on with your owl, right? You look further down, you would see that right here is another trap where this big ass rock was set up on a pulley system and smashed down and actually is borderline breaking the tracks right now.
He relays that to the rest of the group.
And then with your 4, that's all you see in here.
Should we try to push it off before it breaks the tracks?
First, will we check out the other entrance there, or should we continue in this direction?
We can check out the next tunnel, I guess. So unless anybody else disagree, Bjorn, well, I guess Akira or Gar can go first since you're on initiative or whatever.
Yeah, so who hasn't said they're going to do something yet? I think Akira, you're the only one that didn't really do anything in this whole looting phase. So what do you want to do?
All right, well, walk to the entrance of the room. And,
Stealthing?
yeah, I guess.
All right. Go ahead and let me know what you roll.
11.
11. You see a kind of like more junk just collected, old crates and barrels that have been converted into like sleeping hovels. And then in the center of the room, you see a basket. It's like this thatched basket woven together with a lid on top of it.
I'm guessing I can't tell what's in it.
No. There's also a fire pit that looks like it's been recently. It's just kind of sitting there smoldering.
Probably against my better judgment, I'll take the lid off the.
All right. Interesting. Better judgment indeed. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Son of a... 11.
11. You lift off the top and you're it's just blackness as you're staring into it. And it's just weird because it almost seems like the blackness is like moving in some unexplainable way. And as you pull the lid off, you feel a tickle on your arm. And you look down and you see this centipede is wrapping its way around your arm and crawling down. And then as you're like, holy shit, and you wipe it off, you look down and exploding out of the basket is like a swarm of like centipedes that are now all over you. And they're going to bite into you. And you take 6 points of damage as centipedes are just everywhere. Next up, Gar, what are you doing as you... I imagine any sane person would probably let out some kind of audible sound.
Gar sees this and is like, ooh. Poor Akira. And then, not wanting to get any closer to these insects, he's going to go ahead and shoot off a couple of Eldritch blasts at them.
All right. Go ahead and do so.
How big are they?
I'm gonna say like around 4 to 5 inches each, but there's like maybe like 12 of them, if not more.
4 to 5 inches. Okay.
All right, I got a 15 and an 11.
Both will hit.
Okay. For a total of 11 damage.
All right. That's actually just enough to like just bamf and kill all the swarm. It's just like 2 big bolts that
just kind of 2 Eldritch blasts, just kind of each side of Akira, and they just kind of blast through the centipedes. And
yep, absolutely. Centipede's dead. You're looking around the room, and other than like makeshift, absolutely horrendous sleeping hovels, it stinks of you don't even really know what. And you see a fire pit that's like smoldering embers right now.
And so he'll move in and kind of tap Akira on the shoulder. Maybe be a little more careful with the baskets in the future.
Yeah, well, hey, there could have been gold in there.
Yeah, there could have been gold in there. And he'll just keep moving on.
All right. What is Bjorn doing?
I guess I'll join them, and when I see that there's nothing much inside to get, I'll head out the tunnel towards the tracks.
All right. And last but not least, Mezarek.
Yeah, the same. Mezarek on his staff, just seeing that there's nothing else that is within the room, just makes his way to outside.
Perfect. You guys obviously see that big boulder smashed into the tracks, which is kind of blocking your way if you wish to continue on foot, basically. And let me see here really quickly. I'm going to stop screen sharing for a second so that I don't accidentally show anything I don't want to. I mean, I'm not doing anything.
Are there other ways to get down except the tracks?
Not that you guys can see.
And the bolt's blocking it.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's probably a route you could just fly straight down, but
Yeah, definitely. And the boulder is blocking it due to the trap being sprung of the boulder that you guys accidentally sent rolling down.
And it doesn't look like. I say to Mesrek says to Hugh, oh, you can probably see also if it's a sort of trap that is resettable, or it's sort of like this goes down and that doesn't get moved unless
Yeah, no, kobolds aren't necessarily the best engineers, so it was literally just a big rock on on a pulley system. Like pull the big rock down and smash anything underneath it. That was
how big is the boulder?
The boulder looks like it'll probably actually tell me because it's smart. Big smash.
Like, would it be possible to move it?
Yeah, for you probably. It looks like it's about like maybe 300 pounds, 200 pounds.
Easy, I guess.
All right. So you want to try to move it?
Unless somebody else has a better idea, I would try and push it off.
No, it's fine. Move it or climb over it. I mean, it's fine.
All right, give me an athletics check.
Athletics. Oh yeah. So that's 21.
21?
Yeah.
All right, that is definitely enough to move it. What's everyone's passive perception?
What is that? I didn't hear you.
Passive perception.
13.
13 as well.
13. Okay. And what about you, Akira?
How do I tell that?
So passive perception is 10 plus your perception skill. So whatever.
Okay. So it'd be 12.
12. Okay. And Gar, are you back yet?
Well, mine's 11.
All right. I don't think that Craig is back yet. So I'm going to say that his passive perception was not enough to notice that all the commotion that you guys have made has alerted some individuals. And as you push the boulder out of the way, you are surprised, Bjorn, to find purchase. Actually, what's your AC? It might have just missed you entirely.
So I have a skill which prevents me from being surprised if I enter my rage as a bonus action.
Say again.
As a barbarian, I have a skill, Feral Instinct, that prevents me from being surprised if I enter my rage as a bonus action at the start of my turn.
Okay. Did you enter a rage, sorry?
No, but I mean...
Oh.
Like, if I would be surprised, I can take my turn normally, and
cool.
As long as I enter my rage at the start of my turn.
All right, so you're, I guess, not surprised then. As they're whipping daggers at you, you see there are a total of, what is it here? 6 winged kobolds.
Winged?
Yep. They're like basically the same kobolds that you guys have been fighting, only these ones seem to have wings on them, and they're literally fluttering in the air.
Okay.
Everyone give me a perception check.
17.
17.
18, actually.
I got 21.
21. And what about you, Menes or Mesric? 14. And you're back. All right. Give me a perception check.
So, Gar, I pushed the boulder off, and we are in front of a couple of flying kobolds.
Yes. And I'll need a perception check from you.
Flying kobolds?
Yeah.
Yes, winged little bastards, he would call them.
Perception 10.
Perception 10. All right. Obviously, the first thing that everybody sees is the winged kobolds hucking the daggers at Bjorn, who obviously is not surprised by it because he's so pissed off. But those that rolled higher than a 15 notice another presence lurking on that pillar in the center. Deep crimson red.
Oh, God.
A large lag clawed into the side of it. And then you hear the guttural, deep breathing. As your eyes kind of follow this shape, you look and see that it makes out the body of a dragon. Sitting there on the pillar, waiting to spring at any second, is Tinder. And with that, we'll get you guys to roll initiative. Since you canceled out my surprise attack on you, I guess.
$14.
25.
14. 25 again. You're just gonna
21 for Gar.
You guys just gonna roll the same initiative or what?
No, I got 7.
That's better. That's what I
No,
like to
it's
see.
not.
That's what I like to see. And let's get Tinder in the initiative. What do you guys think about that?
How big is it?
So it's actually large in size, which meta-wise gives you some knowledge about what it is. Character-wise, it's bigger than you, but
Big
obviously not the all-encompassing ancient dragon that you guys might have feared it being. So that's good news for you that it's this size.
Okay.
But it's still a red dragon. And with that, here is the initiative. Let me type it in really quick into the chat. So it's going to be, so no one type anything in the chat for the next couple seconds. It's going to be Akira.
I'm literally resisting the urge to go and check out Red Dragon charts.
Mez winged pack 3 Q Tinder. Oh, I lied to you. There's actually more. There's more winged guys than I thought. Sorry. Wing pack 4 Bjorn, and that's the initiative. So
God damn it.
Kira, you are up first to act, and when you guys realize each other, the dragon and you guys kind of at the same time realizing that you're aware of its presence, you see that it roars up in anger and bellows out, "Who dare comes to Tinder's lair?" What you got, Akira? You're muted if you're trying to talk.
I ain't said nothing yet. I was thinking.
Deep in thought. Oh shit! What do I do? It's a dragon.
On a natural crit, I look for a place to hide.
Look for a place to hide. Sound strategy. Interesting. All right, go for it. A crit, sorry. I guess you technically hide away.
All right, and all I'm gonna do is put my swords away and pull out my crossbow.
All right, so I'm going to say that you kind of, because there's obviously nowhere to hide in plain sight. You have to backpedal back to the cavern where you guys came from, and you could snuff out the flame and basically duck past there. It puts you at about a total of about 50 feet away from the dragon and 30 feet away from the winged kobolds. All right, and that's it for you, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I did it. Other than like put my swords away and grab my crossbow.
Gotcha. Okay. The first pack is up, and they're going to, again, I guess they threw their daggers at you, stupidly enough. So they're going to drive by in the air, picking up little boulders and try to huck them at you. Rolling a 9 on the first one, Bjorn, and a 6 on the second one. These little pebbles just kind of slam into your shoulders and don't even phase you at all. Gar.
Would they get in 10 feet of me?
Oh, no, they're flying.
Oh, okay.
They're a little smarter than that.
I had to try.
I'll give you A for effort.
Gar will fly up to the first group and just start wailing along them with this quarterstaff.
Okay.
All right, so quarterstaff. 2 attacks.
Yep.
14 and 23.
Gonna hit. Same AC.
All right.
Actually, these guys have one higher AC, 13.
Okay. Uh, 21 damage.
21 damage. Kills the first one.
The group.
Nope, just the one.
Okay. Then he's going to go ahead and use his bonus action to unarmed strike the next one.
Okay.
You said 14?
Yeah, 14 hits. You're good.
Okay. That's D6. Seven damage.
All right, 7 damage. You kill the second one. So the first pack, Wing Kobold pack number 1, completely killed. Basically, Gar, you jump up, taking flight, flush your wings, and kind of meet into it as it's doing a drive or like a flyby rock drop. You just quarterstaff one. It spins out of control, slamming into the pit below, and then just punch into the other one, knocking it unconscious. It kind of flies off in the other direction. That's it for you, I'm assuming?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Then I actually messed up. Or no, I didn't mess up. The other pack is going to meet you in aerial combat, flying up to you, Gar. It takes out its dagger and begins to try to stab you. First one, parrying around. It tries to get to your flank, but you see it coming. 14 obviously doesn't hit you.
No, it misses.
You block with your quarterstaff. Another one's on you on your back now, trying to crawl into you. But again, it's not doing any damage to your thick, kind of leathery wings. It rolls a 10 to hit. That's it for them. Mezerak, you're now up, and you see that relatively shortly, Tinder is getting ready to move.
Absolutely. So first thing that he does is he moves to the right. He runs.
Okay.
And yeah, I'd like to run to cover. That's the first thing he does.
Okay, you can get like easy cover right there for sure.
Absolutely, he does that, and then he begins to cast a spell with incantations, and basically there's like it's almost like steam, it seems, or mist, or whatever you would call it, starts to come off his body as he casts some fire shield, and that is it.
Fire shield, nice. That's a new one to me.
Super ready.
All right, and then do you want to just assume full cover then? Tuck your way in. Yeah, all right. Now, obviously, if they come around, then you'll lose your cover. But as of right now, you have full cover from everything. Next pack is the Wing Kobolds number 3. They're gonna flock and kind of flank in on Gar, trying to take him down in the air. 19 to hit and a miss. 19 hit on you, Gar.
19 will hit.
All right, you take a whopping 4 piercing damage as one of them stabs their little rusty dagger into your side. That's it for them. Hugh, now up, is going to... Oh, man, he's in a weird place because you flew up in the air and all the other ones are flowing. He is going to... I don't even have him on the map. Hugh, what the hell are you doing, man? Get it together. Interesting enough, this dragon, I thought it had frightful presence, but I guess it doesn't. Okay. He is going to ready a attack because all he has is his battle axe. Let's see how smart he is actually, because this is pertinent. Are you smart, Hugh? Natural 18, so a 17 because he's not smart, but he's smart enough to the moment to say, "Everyone, get ready. She'll be upon us." And he's going to ready an attack. That's all he can really do. Tinder is up. She, with a big, powerful kickoff, kicks off the stone and kind of just readies herself here, flying. And then with a powerful suck in of air, she is going to make Bjorn and Gar give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh my fucking god. Look at my rolls. This is really good, man. I got this.
You said dexterity?
Yep.
Sweet. 23.
23. Success for Gar. Bjorn?
Actually, I will use my fanatical focus skill, which means I can reroll my failed saving throw since I got double ones, and I will have a 19 this time.
19. 2 passes. Half of 50 damage. As this absolute eruption of almost like a volcano comes from this creature's mouth and begins to burn away at you guys. I guess technically, since I did that, though, the old winged kobolds are in the way.
Sweet.
So the winged kobolds are no longer in the way.
How much was that?
25 damage for you. Half of 50,
Right.
or 50 half.
Is that halved again because I'm resistant to fire?
Yes, sir. All right. Tinder's first round over. Bjorn, you're now up. It's flying or kind of hovering away about 15 feet from you.
Can I get in range?
Nope.
Damn it. In this case, Bjorn will kind of stumble back from the heat wave, and then he'll pull out a potion out of his pack and chug down a potion of speed.
Okay. How many potions is that? Is that your third?
That's the second potion.
Okay.
And then along with that, he'll chug a potion of resistance to fire.
Okay. Actually, potions in action to chug.
Yeah, but I since my
Oh yeah.
potions, I have another action.
Yeah, I got you. All right, there's your 3 potions.
Yeah, and on that note, he'll back away. Besides, actually,
beside Gar.
no, yeah, I guess he'll back away. No, whatever. He'll just stay there and shout out to the dragon. Come at me if you dare. You're no match for Bjorn Iron Scar. And that's gonna be it for my turn.
She kind of hisses, "I'll burn your skin alive, human, and devour your flesh."
I'll use my bonus action to use a second wind. Get some HP back, and that's it for real.
All right, Akari, you're at the top of the initiative. What you got, sir?
Sorry, I was eating a cookie.
No worries, man. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Okay. How many of my comrades can I see?
From right now, you can't see Meserac, but everybody else you got a good view of.
All right, so I can see Gar and Bjorn.
Yep, and Hugh even.
All right. Well, I want to cast Bless on me, Bjorn, and Gar.
All right, blessed.
All right, that will end my turn.
What does that do?
D4 to basically anything that you roll to hit or do.
Plus 1d4.
Yes. Yeah, it says when a creature makes an attack or save roll, add 1 die 4 to it. Con up to 1 minute.
Yep. Very nice. All right, blessed. Gar, you feel the blessing of Akari upon you. You have resisted the dragon's initial breath attack that you've heard from taverns and talks around your lifetime of how treacherous a dragon's breath could be, and yet you're still standing at the end of this one.
Gar, for maybe the first time in his entire life, he actually thanks the gods that he actually is a tiefling. And he'll reach into his waistband and pull out this weird looking stick with this mouth looking thing on the end of it. And he's going to point it straight at this dragon. And then he's going to expend one of the charges of this Wand of Fear and going to use command on the dragon to have him grovel before Gar.
Okay, interesting. What kind of save is that?
It is, it says DC 15.
All right. Where the hell did you get that?
A few missions ago, I picked it up as a Wand of Fear.
That was a while ago, I remember.
Nice.
You've just kind of been holding on to it.
Interesting. DC 15, it rolled a 16.
Oh, okay. It would have been really interesting if the dragon had suddenly decided to start groveling before us.
That would have been awkward.
And then he's going to, that was his action. He's going to use his bonus action to go ahead and cast, or to set a Hexblade Curse on Tinder.
All right.
And he's going to move to the other side, probably over where that
pillar.
Yeah, kind of where that hinge is.
Okay. Yeah, you fly on over. You got aerial for you, so you're good to do that. Mezerak, you're now up.
Yeah. So, Mezerak takes a step to his left so that he probably can't see Gar, but he can see everybody else. And he just like concentrates and begins to draw small pebbles and stones from all around, and he starts to raise them, and he casts them at, towards the dragon.
All right, very cool.
Animate objects.
Oh shit! And what are you animating? Sorry.
Yeah, so he's gonna he's animating the pebbles and stones. So basically, there's gonna be like sugar. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. I know this spell. This smell is nasty. You can get up to, what is it? Got it here in front of me. So
so 10 of these small rocks and stones, and he just like towards it, and it's like it's +8 to hit for each. So let's
go ahead.
First. So that is first one is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13 on this dragon.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell you the AC of the dragon, so you guys don't have to ask. 18.
Got it. It's 18 I need. Okay, so first one's no. Second, it's definitely it's a natural 18 with. So one of them hits for sure.
Okay.
Hits. 3, no. This is 18, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No. So this as well. 8, 12. So this as well. That's a definite hit. 8, 16. And what did you say it was?
18.
18 is the thing. Okay, that's a miss. That's a definite hit. So that's 3. That's a miss. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. That's a miss. And 18 is a hit. So 4 of them. 4 of these things just go into it, doing the damage is
1d4 plus 4.
Yeah, exactly. So he does
44 plus 12.
So 4. 1 second. 4. That's 5. So he does 6 plus 12 is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 as these small pebbles rise up and just like start to just slice and cut against its really hard skin, and that is it. That's what he does.
Yeah, absolutely. Animate objects. That's a powerful one. All right. You just see like a storm of tiny pebbles just pelting into this dragon, and at first it doesn't even like really think to consider like a rock anything that could hurt a dragon. She, in her mind, she's a ferocious creature that is above all, and then suddenly one hits her in the eye. She kind of just lets out an ow in pain, and then another one hits her, another one, and she begins to get frustrated as these little rocks are pelting into her. Hugh is now up, and he's just like, "Hey, you big old bitch, remember me? Come and try to bite off my other arm." And he's kind of stuck because he's not going to throw his battle axe, so he's just readying an action. With that, Tinder is now up. And it rolled a 5 on the recharge. So, with that, she is going to make a perception check. And she sees you, Mezerak, with your arcane ability and knowing, being an intelligent creature, knowing that you have that kind of capacity. Woof, she takes off and flies in your direction. She can actually circumvent opportunity attacks from you guys, and is basically going to actually land right here. So she's now on the ground, and she is, since she rolled a 5, I'm sorry guys, going to cone attack, and 30 feet. That's definitely at least Hugh and Mezerak. Dexterity saving throws. Unlucky that I rolled that recharge. Hugh saved. Really unlucky for Hugh.
Definitely not for Mezerak. Mezerak's got like 9.
Oh, yeah, sorry. And I said that Hugh didn't save also. So, he's just like, yeah, bring it on. I've been waiting for this day. And then, poof, huge plume of flame. Hugh, every hair on his beard is singed off. He's now a completely bald and burnt dwarf, as he is just barely, he drops down to a knee. 60 damage.
60.
60 damage.
Mezerak is gone, man. Mezerak goes up in flames.
Jesus. All right. That's
Absolutely.
it for Tinder, though. Tinder's on the ground. You see Mezerak drop to the ground. I didn't roast you fully, did I?
How dead are you?
I had 56 hit points.
Oh, so you're not dead. You're not dead, though. You're just unconscious.
Oh, how does that work? Because I had 56 and you did 60.
Yeah, so I just knock you to 0, and now you're on death saves.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, got it.
In order to kill you outright, I would have had to put you at negative 56.
Okay.
All right. So now you're just on death saves on your next turn. Bjorn, the creature lands on the ground and illuminates the entire room. You feel the heat even from this distance, and as the heat and flame disperse, smoke and smoldering, you see Mezerak fall to the ground. All of his pebbles. Wait, didn't you cast Fire Spear? What does that do for you? Does that give you any resistance?
Oh, Fire Shield, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my god, man. Sorry.
But more important, is it concentration? Because your other thing is concentration here. It's not. So yeah. You good? Do you have resistance from it? I don't know what fire shield does. I'm looking it up now.
Yeah, fire shield gives me a resistance to fire.
So you
Does it?
half it.
Perfect.
So that's 30 damage instead.
So 30, absolute. And
You gotta
then
remember
and
the spells.
terrible, man. So
I got you. Don't worry. You're still alive.
yeah.
All right.
So
Bjorn.
it's technical spot.
Yeah. Give me a con save. We'll see if you can maintain it. Actually, I don't think you can maintain it. You have to do a con save of 30.
Oh, what?
No
No
way.
way.
20 is good, no?
Does that work?
For a saving throw, I think it might work. Yeah, roll it.
He got 3. It just as he bursts in flame, it's just like just all the stones just drop to the ground.
All right, Bjorn, what do you got?
All right. So seeing his friends drenched in flames, basically he's gonna shout a battle cry to Tempest, his god, and then run to the dragon and attack it with his glaive. I'm gonna swing recklessly and using my my Grit Weapon Master feat. Well, that's 22 to hit.
Yep, that does it. 18 is the mark.
Okay. So you're just gonna have to give me a second. So it's +3. This is 10, 15. Okay, so I'm gonna do 21 damage and 4 radiant.
Okay, 25 damage in total.
And then I'm gonna swing at it again. So that's 18 hits, right?
Yep.
So that's a hit as well. For 21 damage again.
Okay.
Then I'll use my haste to swing at it again.
Cool.
So that's a hit as well. For 21 again.
Jesus.
And then I'll use my bonus action to hit with the back end of my polearm. So that's a hit as well. Wait, give me a sec. Okay. That's again 21 to hit. 2 damage, sorry.
2 damage?
21.
21 damage or 21 to hit?
21 damage.
All right. Jesus.
And I guess that's going to be it for my turn.
That's a fuckload of damage. All right. You've bloodied Tinder. Akira. If you're ever waiting for a moment to strike, the dragon, you're still kind of hidden behind. You see it just a good 10 feet away from you.
10 feet away from me.
It still doesn't see you because you're still technically hidden behind in the...
All right. This is going to hurt. All right, so I let's see. Will I be able to ready my swords, jump on his back, and attack?
Your sword's already out. To jump on its back is actually an action. It's a contest. Yeah. It's basically like grappling.
Well, oh, okay.
You want to jump on its back?
I mean, not jump on his back, but use my ring of jumping to jump over his back, like how I usually attack.
Oh, you want to jump over him? Okay. Give me an acrobatics.
Yeah, I use acrobatics.
Yep. See how you roll.
4 plus 17 is 21.
21? Yeah, you just run out and then woof, with a powerful jump, you jump over top of it and land behind it.
That's not what I wanted to jump in the air and come down to attack him I usually do.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's all, man.
Sorry, I didn't. I thought you were trying to do something in particular. You could have just rolled an attack for that.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
No worries.
I got I ain't got none of that. I got a 16.
All right.
First turn.
I'll say since I made you roll an acrobatics check that you get advantage because you jump so high and you're above it. So roll again and take the higher.
Okay. Still 17.
All right. Still a miss then. You come crashing down on it and just at the last second bats you away with its massive red wing. You kind of slam against the stone. Anything else?
No.
Okay. So you're engaged. Gar, you're kind of
I knew it was gonna hurt.
you're levitating away about what is it, like 30, 25, 15 feet away?
Yeah, I think so. Gar's going to go ahead and close that distance and come up right behind.
All right. You go do so.
And I'm going to use a key point to use Flurry of Blows.
Okay.
So 2 weapon and 2 unarmed attacks.
Come on, knock it down, son.
Yeah. 22 and 20.
Yep. 2020 is going to hit.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage for those. Uh, 28. And then the 2 unarmed strikes. 19 and 20.
Damage?
19 and 20 attack for the.
Oh, yep. That's going to hit.
All right. Nice. All right. 10, 15. 26 more damage.
Whew.
And I'm going to go ahead and use my open hand technique, and it cannot take reactions until the end of my next turn.
All right. Very interesting. Mezerak.
Absolutely. So Mezerak starts to go with his arms and tries to just like slow the creature as best as possible using a slow spell, and that would be armor class DC of 17, I think. No, wait.
17.
Sorry, just 1 second. It is
It's a wisdom saving throw. It just depends on your DC.
Yeah, my DC's should be 17.
17?
Yeah.
Whew. I rolled a 17.
Yeah, absolutely. So as the energy's coming, it just goes back into the to this huge creature.
All right.
And he does a movement back. He backs out like 15 feet back.
Okay. It's like, nope. Anything else?
Nope, that's up.
All right. As everyone's just giving it their all, stabbing into, hitting this dragon, chopping at it, you see that it is badly bloodied. Big gushing cuts. And then standing there, the burned and smoldered one-armed Hugh has his axe just confidently on his back at this point. And he says, "How do you like that? Does it feel great? Because I'm about to make it feel a whole lot worse." And he starts to step in. He's still like smoking as he does so. You can't even see his like pale dwarven skin. He just looks completely like blacked out and soot and burn. And he comes, and just with a powerful, he swings recklessly, battle axe at advantage, hitting. And does he do 2 hits? He does 1 hit. And chops into Tinder, doing another strike and bringing her that much closer to death's door. The dragon is not doing that good. Now on its turn, the important question here that we really want is for her to roll 5 or 6. So she rolled a 2. I'm really sad about that.
Sweet.
Damn. All right. At that point, she is forced to, as an action, disengage. And she is going to fly 80 feet down into the pit. Completely disappearing below. Bjorn, you're now up.
We can't see her anymore?
She disappeared to the next level below you guys.
Fucking hell.
She says, as she's flying down, "You will pay for this."
Okay. I would guess I cannot do that, but would I be able, as a reaction, to use a magic item? Not really, right?
No.
In action. Okay. Then I guess I would look around and ask if everybody's all right.
Meseric. Well, I'll have to wait.
I mean, are we off initiative?
You have to finish her.
Technically we're out of initiative, but we're still going to go round by round because this is going to matter. Each round will matter. Hugh will agree with Meserac. We got her on the run, boys and girl.
Okay, so I'll start going down the pathway.
As he says that, though, you look at him and like he is so badly burned. He looks like a burnt marshmallow. He's not doing too hot, but he's determined, and he begins to march forward. You push the rock out of the way already, so that path is now clear. Before we do this, though, I gotta do like a 2-minute washroom break. So let's do that really quickly, and then we'll presume the chase.
If we're gonna take any, if we're gonna drink any potions, can we do that during this time?
No, you may not.
I'm just gonna drink a potion of healing as we head down this tunnel.
Probably do it on your turn.
Yeah.
But I was about to see if you fly us down there or fly me down there. I can't believe I did it. I would have hit him if I forgot to add in my dexterity and stuff.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're blessed is what let me hit I hit 4 of my attacks. And
yeah,
then
I
was
forgot
getting
that in too.
I was getting a +3 damage with my Hexblade curse, so just unleashed on this thing.
Yeah, I would have hit him. I forgot to add in my dexterity and stuff. I can't believe I did that.
I'm debating on whether or not trying to stun it.
I'm debating whether or not to call him a planner alley. Because I don't want to call him in for nothing if he's like already on death's door.
Yeah.
It'd be like pointless.
I would, well, you do what you can do. I would say do everything. Just like make sure.
I've got key points. I've only used 1 so far. I can try and stun him.
All right, I'm back.
Stun for a round. That'd be interesting.
So what we're going to do here is round by round. It's going to matter. Each person's going to get to do something each round until Tinder is found. But then obviously Tinder is also going to be doing something on each round also. So any other things you guys want to do before we go, or?
Do you still want to? You still going to go in order, or we just say?
Yeah, we might as well just keep it in order. Okay. So yeah, Akira, what do you want to do on this round?
Drink a potion.
All right, potion. Chugged, and I'm presuming like you can still move and stuff. So I'm presuming that you guys are moving down towards the end of this. All right, so we'll say that
Yes.
Akira spends her movement heading down. You do see on the opposite end now is a waterfall that's actually kind of naturally running down to the depths below. Gar, what are you doing on your turn?
I'm gonna drink a potion of greater healing,
All right, nice.
and then I'm probably gonna start flying down, just straight down into the hole, but not very quickly.
Gotcha.
I don't
Thanks,
want to get
Mark.
too far ahead of the rest of the group.
All right, let me show the other map then really quick. And resize. I don't know if these maps are helping at all, but it's just really hard to like verbally describe the wizard's dungeon sometimes. So Gar,
Actually,
you fly down and see this basically this area, the bottom shaft. The floor at the bottom of the shaft is littered with charred skeletal remains. There's a 60-foot high waterfall spewing down, which pours out along the north wall, forming a large pool about 10 feet deep. And all you hear is the loud crashing sound of water. No
Okay.
tinder in sight, as I showed a little more of the map that I wanted to anyways. But that's basically all you see. All right, Mezrak.
Mezrak moving as far with the group as he can is chugging also a greater healing potion.
All right. Hugh is like, "Aye, you guys got any of those for me? I'm feeling a little way too hot."
Yeah, I can hand him a potion of greater healing.
Nice. You're generous. What is that, 44?
Yeah, +4.
Yeah.
All right, beautiful. He thanks you kindly. And he'll take 14 healing points. That's a good roll. Yeah, he says, "Aye, that's a lot better. Let's go finish this old bitch off." All right. Tinder is Tinder in. I'm gonna actually pull this map to the side, obviously, because I don't want to spoil it.
All right.
And Bjorn, what are you doing?
What's happening now?
The chase for the dragon is on.
Well,
You
I'm
guys
chasing the dragon.
You guys are trying to find out where she went.
Okay, well, I'm heading down the tracks.
Okay. Anything else you're doing on your turn?
As I have a haste, I guess I'm going pretty fast down.
Yeah. So how fast do you want to go? Because you can make it pretty far. What's your movement?
I got 40 movement speed.
Yep.
So
yeah.
I'm gonna get there as quickly as possible.
Do you want to dash?
No, I don't want to dash.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you make it in the lead, obviously. With
speed is doubled, so I don't get an. Wait, I could dash doesn't get height. So how does it work with? Since when I dash, I fall prone. How does it work with haste?
I'd say that you can. Yeah, you're still kind of stuck with that.
So I understand, but I have like 80 movement speed from start, and then if I dash, I have 160, and then I can use an action.
Wait, how do you have 80 movement speed? You have 40, right? And then if you dash, you
Well,
have 80.
Haste says my speed is doubled.
Oh, so
doesn't that affect my base speed?
Yeah, true. Yeah, so you're literally moving 80. Jesus. So yeah, you can make it a lot farther than that. You can make it right there.
So, but the only thing I want to get as far as possible, but I don't want to get there prone on when it's not my turn.
If you really want to get there fast, you can just jump below and see how far you fall.
I am not gonna do that. I thought about it for a second, but I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. So yeah, then you're forced to just kind of keep moving along, hustling. How long does the potion last for?
It's 1 minute, and I've had 3 rounds down. I always keep.
I got the rounds tracked. I just wanted to make sure it was a minute.
Okay.
All right, Akari. Unless you guys are going to do something special, I'm just going to presume that you guys spend some turns getting to below, unless you want to do something special.
It just will take me a couple rounds to do some, like for instance, he's going to do mirror image on the way down as he's moving, and he's going to chug another great healing. That's another two rounds, 12 seconds.
What about you, Akari? Do you want to do anything special, or can I just assume that you guys are going to move forward till you get to the second level or third level?
I wrote a 20 on perception, but just pretty much the same thing. Move it down.
I just got a quick question.
Yes.
Did Gar head down?
Yeah, Gar is peeking down. He's not. He's kind of.
Yeah, probably on my next turn, I'm actually going to dive down and see if I can find where he is while drinking another potion.
Okay, and keeping in mind we've got this Riri's telepathic bond that is still going, so we can communicate from this distance. No problem.
Like, I'm assuming that's not concentration.
No,
it's not. Yeah, definitely not.
No.
So I'll be heading down unless Gar sees something, and then I might change my action.
All right, very cool. Let me do this, and that's unfortunate for me. Okay. Sorry. And so yeah, everyone's just doing that. It does take exactly well, let's get Gar's going to do something first anyway. So Gar, mirror image goes off first, Meserac, but Gar, what do you want to do as you're below?
Yeah, it's kind of peeking below last turn. This turn, I'm going to pull out another potion and drink it.
Yep.
My potion of Frost Giant Strength.
Okay, nice.
So now my strength is 23, you said?
Mm-hmm. Yep. For an hour.
Yeah, if we don't win or are dead in an hour, then...
Yeah.
And then I am going to go ahead and pretty much 45 feet downward and see if I can spot anything, any sight of this dragon.
Yeah, so you land on the ground, and obviously you 45 feet probably puts you ground level, and then you see a tunnel and this bridged minecart track that actually just descends into the waterfall. And obviously right around here, conveniently enough, you actually see a big boulder that's smashed into the side of the wall.
Hey guys, I found our boulder friend.
Can give a perception check if you want on the dragon.
Yeah. 15.
15. You do not see it in this room.
All right.
Whether that means she's hiding better than you can see or not, you don't know, but...
So I'll go ahead and relay to the rest of the group telepathically that I've hit the bottom and kind of everything that I see, but I don't spot the dragon right now.
All right, so that's the first round. By second round, you guys will actually make it, or everybody else that's not moving that fast is actually going to take a couple more rounds, unless you guys want to dash. So Akari, do you want to dash?
Yeah, I dash.
All right, so Akari, you make it down to the bottom level. Meserac, do you want to dash? All right, dashing, make it down. Hugh is slow, so even if he does dash, he's kind of stuck. And Bjorn, actually, I gotta do Tinder's for turn first. Almost forgot about that. Son of a bitch. I mean, good. All right. Bjorn, with your 80 feet of movement, you can get to the base level. I'm going to say it costs you 40 to get here, and you still have 40 feet to play with. And basically, you're still elevated about 15 feet. The bridge actually kind of comes out and is elevated about 20 feet at its highest peak. And you see Gar below you, 15 feet down and 25 feet away.
Is there any dragon?
You can make a perception check.
I am going to do that. Oh, Lord. 5, so there's no dragon, I assume.
Yeah, you don't know if there ever was a dragon.
Okay, so just to be sure, the path that is going northeast is not from where I came from.
No, you came from where Mezerak and Akari are standing.
Okay. I'm going to head up that way.
Back to them?
No. Northeast.
Northeast?
Yeah.
So you're going to follow this bridge?
Yeah.
Okay, full 40 feet. All right, put you around right there. I'm not going to worry about being super precise because we're not doing tactical, even though we kind of got tactical with it. All right, round 5. Akari, what do you got? Oh, surprise, the rest of the map just showed itself. Oh, well.
All right. I'll just ask Mezerak, what elements are the red dragon most susceptible to?
As far as I know, if its strength is fire, I would try the opposite.
Do I off the top of my head can think of like history or
You can make a history check if you want.
absolutely.
What you know about dragons?
Let's see. There's 9 plus 9 is 18.
18. You doubt that the dragon has any like vulnerabilities.
Absolutely. And he relays that to you.
You obviously know for a fact that fire would do nothing to it.
Yep.
But I say, can I assume that it's like chaotic evil? So like
yeah,
a celestial being could like do like massive damage to it almost.
You would just assume that everything would do normal damage to it. It has no like weaknesses in terms of vulnerabilities, is what Mezerak would tell you.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. Let's see here.
And as we're making our way down, we're like sprinting down. He says, "What do you have in mind? What do you have in mind?"
I got a bead up in saving.
Yeah,
For this occasion.
Akira, use it. Use it. Now is the time.
When we find it. But I got 23 on perception.
23 on perception? And are you standing or are you moving?
We're moving.
Moving? All right, where do you want to go?
So
you basically, as you kind of walk down the track, you can immediately veer south, or you can follow where everybody else is going.
I guess I go to path less traveled.
You going south?
Yes.
All right. Do you want a stealth or?
Yes.
What do you roll?
I rolled 23.
23. All right. So yeah, you can make it to here with your normal movement, and basically what that opens up to is a cave that looks out into a much larger cave. You see hanging on some pegs are some ferocious looking wooden masks and capes that are made out of scaly dinosaur hides that appear to be dyed red.
Ooh.
Does it look like they're alive or moving, or is it just like statues?
It looks like some masks and capes just pegged to the wall right around here.
Okay.
All right. Anything else you want to do?
I got.
And then, you want to do your perception check, right? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see what you see.
I didn't know if I had to roll another one since I made it to another cave or.
No. I'll say that you saved it and did that. Okay. You see. She's too small. Get bigger. Get bigger. Hiding right here is Tinder. Nice and close to you, actually.
Okay, so I just think to myself and I tell the other ones like bingo, I found it.
All right. Anything else? I guess that's probably all you can do, eh?
Yeah, if I can't do an action, I'll have to end it and start new.
All right, Gar, what do you got?
All right. So Gar just received the telepathic communication from Akira. He's going to move in as fast as he can from the other direction.
30, 35, 40. So 40 feet's right here. I don't know how far you can move. How far can you go?
45 feet.
45 feet? Nice. So yeah, you're there.
And then I'm just going to unload with another flurry of blows.
Perfect. That worked out beautifully for you.
Is Bless still in effect?
Yeah, technically it hasn't been a minute yet.
Okay.
Oops.
Well, I got a natural 1 and a natural 20.
Okay. Interesting.
Got
that. What you got for damage?
25 for the critical hit.
Nice.
And then my 2 unarmed attacks. See, 18 and 21.
Yep. She's not looking too good.
Uh, 26 more damage.
Whew. Okay. Really not looking good as you just hear her roar out in pain. Foolish mortals. How dare you attack me? I am your greater. And Mezerak. You hear a large commotion around the corner.
Absolutely. Mezerak just goes in the direction of because he was running with Akira, and yeah, to there, and he tries to again just focus his energy into just like slowing down this creature. At first, he was gonna do something else, but he decides to do that, and he needs a DC of 17 Wisdom save.
And Tinder, don't fail me now. Oh no.
Oh, sweet.
Tinder, no. I rolled in total 6.
Yes, super excellent, and he's done. That's all he does.
So what is that? I'm slowed?
So you're gonna be slowed. He can only do one he
One
can't do
action
no
or a bonus action, -2 AC, half movement, and blah blah blah. Yeah, I got you. I love slow. Slow's a nasty one. All right. Hugh, I forgot about Hugh. He has to spend his whole turn dashing. Just let me get the killing blow. This is my vengeance. You hear him kind of yelling. Come on, Tinder. We need a 5 or a 6. I rolled a 6.
Ooh.
All right.
Burn, baby, burn.
Yep. Going to position himself there. And let's see if we can make this cone get you. Oh my God, stop that. You stop it right now. Okay, we got that. 30-foot cone is from there. Point of origins. So I would say that you guys are all in it. So dex save. This is gonna suck. I can't believe I rolled a 6. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, this is the lowest damage yet.
Dex saves are Gar's jam, so he got a 26.
And you're freaking fire resistant.
Yep.
Oh, 27.
27? Nice.
Mezerak?
Fire resistant because of the things, but I totally fail. I take
All right. 49 max damage.
49.
Or
So
half that.
Half of that is
Half of 49 is 24.
24.
And then
Just
half of 24 is
He's
12.
He's just flamed.
Are you down yet?
No. Yeah, I've got 24 because I healed up completely. So he goes, just get flames again down for like 24. He's got 24 damage.
Yep. All right. That kind of sucks.
Saving take 24 or
Yeah. If you save, take
Okay.
24. All right, Bjorn, you're actually kind of in a weird position right now. You're the furthest away, but you move really fast.
How
So
far am I from it?
You can move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and then
I can definitely get there.
yeah. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 80 feet's right here.
80 feet is my normal movement.
Okay. So you want to dash?
No, 80 is my base movement. So
Yeah.
wouldn't I get there?
80 puts you right here.
Oh, okay. In this case, I guess I use my dash and then my movement to get up to be able to attack it properly.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You can do
So
that.
then, like, barreling through, pushing aside, well, not pushing aside, but like just sprinting right between Mezrek and Akira and like kind of doing a really nice roll on the last moment and then springing back up. He's gonna swing at Tinder. So I got 20 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. So this is going to be 25 damage.
Okay. Hold on a second here. Actually, it's getting pretty down. It's getting pretty down to it. All right. You chunk into her again, this time almost doing a fatal wound right to her neck. And she howls out in pain and she says, "Wait! Don't do this! I can tell you things."
Can I hit non-lethal? I can do that.
Yeah, if you want to knock out a dragon.
All right, so second hit is a hit, and it swings for 26 damage.
Yep, that will, at that point, knock her unconscious. "I know everything there is to know about child." And then knocked unconscious.
There you go.
You knocked a red dragon out.
So I'm just gonna like wildly scream at it, and then just like breathe very heavily and just be there.
All right, dragon unconscious. Out of initiative. What you guys see now that you have moments to think about it is obviously what the map alludes to: a big, huge pile of dragon treasure.
Oh, that's sweet. On the wall, is it like dragon scaled armor?
Oh, what wall? Oh no, that's just it's like wooden mask and a cloak.
Oh.
However, in the actual pile, you see just literally a mound of coins of copper, silvers, and golds. You see other random trinkets, mugs, scabbards, medallions, and medals. Unfortunately, where she was currently positioned, you see some empty vials. As it seems like she was drinking back something. And give me an investigation check, or what do you guys want to do? Actually, that's what you see.
Check everything, vials, everything, total checking.
Okay.
And while we do it, if it's okay, one of the things Mezrek is saying is because she's knocked out, but it's like, how are we going to keep her on?
I just want to point out that dragon is still alive, so we better like figure that out first before.
Gar will volunteer to go over, and he'll have as soon as she moves, he's going to use a key point and hit her with a stunning strike, and it stuns her.
So no killing her, but stunning her for sure. I
Yeah.
think that's cool. Excellent. Okay, great. So then we just check this place, throw everything. Take our time, heal up while we do it in between if possible.
All right. So yeah, it depends. You can short rest if you want, but eventually she is gonna wake up for sure.
Yeah, I have 700 feet of rope. Do you think that would help?
700, did you say?
700 feet of rope. They
How
could
the
be able to
fuck-
tie her up and tie her mouth up and stuff.
How the fuck are you carrying that much rope?
I was prepared for the undead. It was just like leftover rope.
Oh,
Never
God.
know you're gonna need rope.
Gar's pulling out his 50 feet, and they're just like, oh.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'm trying to figure out how best it would be to like really subdue her. So even if she's conscious, that she's like really just like really keep her down with the hit points, keep her like, you know, because I think we should take her with us if that's possible. I don't know if that's possible.
you want to drag her out? You're not
Cut
gonna
her
drag
claws off and tie her mouth shut.
I wonder who's gonna drag her out.
I mean, there must be ways to like for instance, you know, if you really subdue something in a way that it can actually get out itself, even fly in itself, but it's still so like weak and restrained that it can't. You understand?
Put a saddle and a girder on her.
Ian wants to ride the dragon.
Plus, she has information. So we have to get. I mean, we have to drain everything from.
Yeah, for sure. I would guess restraining her would be the first option, like her legs and then her mouth, so she can't open it, and then like restrain
Her
everything
wings.
possible.
Like
Yeah.
her
Hugh
wings.
comes around the corner and says, "With all due respect, that dragon took everything from me. This mission isn't about information. It's about revenge. Now I can respect that you need to ask this creature things. But we ain't dragging this out. I'll be dragging out her head, and I'll be placing it as a mantle over my fireplace."
Fair enough.
I'm cool with that.
Sounds good to me.
Now, boys and girls, looks like you have some loot to check over.
Okay, let's do that.
I got 19 on investigation.
All right, yeah, you guys stumble onto a dragon's horde. So even though she's not a particularly powerful dragon, she has a bit of a horde. So we can track this in its entirety after session. So don't worry about writing everything down. But do you have identify or detect magic, Ian, that you want to cast?
Detect magic for sure. Identify, no.
Okay,
But-
so you are getting some magic from a book. You're getting some magic from a bag and a battle axe, and there is one vial that's deeply buried in the coin that is giving off some magic aura also.
Okay, so bag, book, and vial. Was there another one you said?
Battle
Bag,
axe.
Battle axe.
battle.
And let me
Yeah,
make
got
sure I'm not missing anything else. No,
So
that's
she
it.
points those out.
Does the bag look like Gar's bag of holding?
Yeah, it does. Oh yeah, and there's a shield that's giving off some aura too. Sorry.
Shield as well.
Yeah,
battle axe.
As for coins, you guys have 3,300 gold pieces, 1,500 silver, and 4,500 copper to somehow deal with.
Nice.
Now, before we end the session, do you guys want a question, Tinder?
Yeah.
Yes.
An hour passes by before she wakes up. And she says, "Wait, don't kill me."
I'm gonna be standing next to her with my glaive up on her neck.
"I'm sure that I can be of assistance to you."
And how? What information do you have that is worth your life? What do you know of this death curse?
She says, give me a second here.
That you can part with.
She says, I know that it's somewhere in the lost city of Omu.
You're not telling us anything we don't know. I'm starting to think we should finish you off.
She says,
Natural 20 on perception or persuasion.
persuasion? What are you
So I
trying
rolled
to
a
persuade?
next. Yeah, I rolled an actual 20 on persuasion. Like, tell us what we want to know, or like get your head chopped off, kind of thing.
What else? What do you want? So, what she knows about the death curse? She would say, I know that it's in the city of Omu. I know where the city of Omu is.
Oh,
That's better.
And I know that the Yuan Ti are lurking there.
Where is it?
She smiles. If I tell you, then I will be of no more use.
Mesrick says, you're right, she says. And she looks towards the dwarf. He looks towards the dwarf and steps back.
What do you suggest?
You looking to Hugh?
Yeah,
No.
absolutely.
Oh, sorry. Did you ask him something?
Yeah. He would say, that filthy creature is a dragon. You can't trust a single word coming out of her slithering mouth.
Can I roll insight?
Sure. To see if she's lying?
Oh, yeah, but don't bother. It's really bad.
Yeah, you don't know.
I have no clue.
She says, if I tell you where Omu is, I know then that you have gotten what you needed from me. And I suspect that I'll lose my head.
Well, we're at a stalemate here because we're not going to let you fly off. What do you suggest?
I suggest we work together.
There's no way I'm trusting a red dragon.
I know something else too.
Spit it
I know
out.
many things. But if you want me to talk more, I want some assurances. I want to know I'm going to make it out of this cave alive. Like fucking hell you are, dragon. You took my arm and you killed all my brothers. You die here.
I'll look over to Hugh and I'll say, you got a point, and I'm not one to spin around the pot. I'm not sure if that's an expression.
Yeah, all you hear from Curious is kill a dragon, let's take the gold.
But the death curse is bigger than all of this. Any suggestions?
Not unless you can make you budge.
Well, he's a one-armed dwarf. I'm not worried about making him budge.
I'm in too much to be honest. I'm in two minds because, to be honest, I would say keep the dragon. That's the first thing. But on the other side, I hear. I mean, it's Hugh's thing. I mean, there's so much we can get from this dragon. It's ridiculous.
19, 23. I rolled a 23 on persuasion to try to persuade you to maybe like cut the dragon down a little bit.
To cut it down?
Like cut his wings off, make it a little less threatening, pretty much.
Well, it's not very threatening right now, and we're gonna kill it off. It's gonna fucking die.
Well, it ain't gonna tell us anything about the death curse. You ain't gonna let it live, so
Yeah, the problem is
we're at a bit of a stalemate.
He's right or wrong, and she's a dragon that's about to get killed. She's definitely gonna lie if she has to.
Gar, you've been quiet. What are you doing?
A dragon would be a powerful ally. If it's a dragon we can trust. What kind of assurances could we get
I'm
that
suspecting
you won't deceive us?
I'm suspecting you can get the same assurances that you're willing to offer me. Very little.
Well, you're in no position to negotiate. If we don't get information from you, we'll get it from somewhere else. So you're the one that has a head to lose.
That's kind of true. What?
I don't know.
We're not gonna get anything out of it. Like even
I don't know about the problem is it's a matter of Hugh or the dragon. Really, it's like either
I don't think
we go with and let him kill the dragon, or we say, really sorry, Hugh, actually you're not killing the dragon because we need it to help find out this, plus, whatever.
Yeah, but there's no way of restraining a red dragon, like a safe way to do that.
Yeah, if you like, for instance,
I'll tell you something.
She says, actually, let me roll this for a second.
Ian, I am your mother.
Probably say that to Gar.
Yeah, that would have been better.
You large man with the funny legs.
Oh, that's me.
Come here.
I'm
Tell you
right
what to
beside you.
know.
As you approach him, she says,
It's been my business to know everything that goes on in this jungle. I am a very intelligent creature, and I know how this situation ends. So burn in hell.
and then deep breath. Dexterity saving throw, everybody.
Gar's will go ahead and try and stun it after that.
6.
She rolled a 6.
Oh, wait! I got +2.
I'm getting full damage from that. This is gonna hurt.
So nice.
Y'all were actively saying that she's getting her head cut off anyways.
Yeah, Gar got a 21.
All right. If you failed, so if you rolled lower than a 17, you're taking 59 damage.
Okay, half of that is what? Because I could really be dying. 59 is 16.
Half of 59 is 29. And then if you need to half 29 because you're fire resistant, 14.
Okay, I didn't save, but I didn't dodge, but my resistance.
So yeah, you're taking 29 then.
Okay, got it.
Gar, did you save?
Yeah, I saved.
You're taking 14 then.
Yeah.
Kira, how are you doing? 59 damage.
I took the whole bunch, man. right in the
Man.
face.
You're
I've got
muted.
3 hit points left. Kill this bitch now, man.
Yeah, can I act first since I'm closer?
Basically, it's up to Akira because she's top of the initiative. Did you survive, Akira, or are you down? You're muted if you're trying to talk. I can't hear you.
Oh, my bad. I forgot I was muted. I said I rolled a 25 that saved, right?
So 29, yeah, you take 29 damage.
All right, yeah, I'm down to 1 hit point.
Nice. All right, so you're the first to act as she obviously betrays you, but you know that you knocked her out, so she literally has 1 HP left. She says, "I will take all my secrets to the grave, burn in hell."
I got a natural 20 crit.
All right. How do you want to do this?
All right, well, so he's chopping her head off. So one swift movement with both my swords, I just come down and smack. Watch his head roll down the aisle.
Yeah, it does. It falls off, gushing out blood and a little bit of like fiery residue, almost like magma coming out from another like vent of its throat.
Now I look around. I tell my crew, I told you to chop her head off and take the gold.
All right. Persuade deals with a dragon didn't go too hot, but nonetheless, the head has been decapitated. Tinder has been slain.
Yeah, sweet.
A dragon horde is now in your possession, as we'll you don't have anything to identify what you got, but you could obviously get that done in town. Hugh will thank you, and he'll say that all the treasure is yours. He got what he needed to. Vengeance for his brothers. And with that, the dragon Tinder takes whatever secrets she may or may not have known to the grave. She knew a lot, but the dragon has been slain. So good job, guys. That's it for the session. You made it. That went a lot better than I thought it was for you guys. I freaking blasted you with dragon breath after dragon breath, and here you're all still standing. All right, it was a lot of fun, guys. Good to be back GMing. We'll close this out, and we'll talk shortly after this. But until next time, guys.
Thanks
Peace
for the
out.
game.
Excellent.
Yep.
Good game.
Later. To the bitter end.